guys, it's Sheena from Teton Raptor Center, and I'm here to give you all this week's patient update. Just like the last few weeks, we are slammed with tons and tons of birds, so unfortunately we just don't have the time to cover every single bird in this week's update, but we are going to highlight some of our interesting cases. So let's go ahead and get started. First up this week is Swainson's Hawk 914. This bird is an adult, unlike all of our other Swainson's hawks that we have right now. When this bird first came in, it had a lot of bruising around its tailbone. New x-rays confirm that all of that bruising and swelling has gone away. We actually moved this bird out of the ICU and into the PCU where he or she has a lot more space. And then once it's looking good out there, it'll move right into the flight barn where it can hopefully help teach some of our youngins how to hunt successfully. Next up this week is Great Horned Owl 911, and this bird came in with a fractured clavicle. The fracture is looking really good and doesn't need any surgery, and this bird was making really good choices in our ICU. It was eating on its own, so we can just put all of its medications right into its food, and then it would eat everything, which just makes it a whole lot easier and less stressful. So this bird actually moved out of the ICU and into a PCU enclosure where it's small, so she can't fly around because we don't have any high perches, so she can't further injure her clavicle. But because she's making such good choices, she gets more space and gets a little upgrade, bigger room, and can just continue doing her thing and healing in there. Next up is our teeniest patient that we're treating right now. This is Northern Saw-Whet Owl 9.5, and this bird came in after it flew into a window and broke its left coracoid, another bone that it won't need surgery on but will need about 5 weeks of cage rest before it can start flying again. Right now we're about 2.5 weeks out, so we're about halfway there. Next, we have Red-tailed Hawk 831, and this bird came in with a broken ulna in his left wing. You can kind of see a little sliver of purple on the side of his body. That's just part of his wing wrap, and his wing gets changed out of that wrap every 3 days, where he gets cold laser therapy as well as physical therapy to help stretch things out while things are healing. And then this bird has another 2 weeks in the ICU before he's ready to begin flight conditioning. Here we have Swainson's Hawk 821. This bird came in with a fractured femur in his left leg, so a pretty serious injury. We did do surgery on this bird, and things are healing up really nicely. He's actually going to have a second surgery on the 27th to remove all of the hardware that we had to put in. So we're going to take all of that hardware out, and then we're going to start flight conditioning with him right away. Next up is Red-tailed Hawk 722, and this is a really exciting bird to talk about because he will be getting released this Saturday. His story is really fun because he came in as a really young fledgling bird. He was way too young to be able to fly, and we got to watch him grow up into the bird that he is. He is flying beautifully out in our flight barn. He's also catching live prey really well and hunting successfully. When he first came in, we suspected that he had some West Nile virus issues because his feather growth was extremely abnormal. When young birds come in, they have pin feathers, but his pin feathers were sort of pinching off and breaking, which is usually a telltale sign of West Nile virus. We did get him tested, and his lab work came back negative, but that was after tons and tons of supportive care and medications. So here's just a quick before and after photo of his tail. You can see when he first came in, and then you can see the beautiful tail that he's going to go back to the wild with. All right, that's all we've got for this week. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed learning more about our birds. Remember that if you want to do your part to help keep wild birds wild, you can check out our website at tetonraptorcenter.org and make a donation. I'm also going to link in the description below a website where you can click on and make a donation there. Bye!